Hey guys, Hatsu here coming at you today, Watcher of Realms. Welcome to the video, guys. Sending some positive vibes today. God knows there's there's enough negative vibes out there. Want this to be a place of escape, I guess, in a good way for you guys. So welcome here to the video. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Marksman. Who doesn't love a really good marksman? I'm sure all of you watching, well, all players out there, right, rely on at least one of these heroes. And I decided to rank them in order from 10 all the way up to 1, 1 obviously being the best. Looking back, I should have done this when we ranked the mages, just to add a little bit more conversation to the video. So that's exactly what we'll do in today's. Let me know if you disagree with any of the rankings or if I snub one of your favorite heroes. So number 10 on the list, guys, is going to be good old Brienne. So obviously Brienne is one of the 4 heroes for marksman, I should say, that you can get in the beginning of this game. And I have always been a fan, right? So she's kind of like a jack of all trades. She doesn't have the highest damage out of all of the heroes that we're going to be talking about. She's not really exceptional S+, maybe gear raid 3 anywhere in the game, but she's a very good anti-air in the arena as well. She has really solid burst damage, so when you time that ultimate correctly, you can really bleed through some enemies. So she's great anti-air. She's got the split shot on auto as well. Every 8 seconds, the next arrow shot splits, and the main attack deals damage equal to 125% of attack. So like most damage dealers in this game, we really want to stack a lot of attack on her as well. I've always loved her. I found her to be, again, incredibly consistent. She's not going to be, you know, super shining in one specific area, but she can deliver, especially campaign-wise, progression-wise, and then again in the end in the arena against air and in gear raid 3. Number 9 on the list, guys, is going to be Calypso. So this might be a controversial one, probably my most controversial on the list, I would say, because she gets so much hate, and I don't know if it's one of those things where she gets so much hate, so I feel like I need to defend her, or if I just see something that a lot of people don't in her, right? So she's the type of champion that, you know, she summons these seal stones, right? And she powers up the longer she goes. After 9 attacks, the next attack deals 150% damage, and each seal stone increases damage by 10%, which she's getting again from the ultimate. So really, she's a cheap. I love cheap heroes in this game. You'll see that as the list progresses. Maybe we snub some of the higher cost heroes, and she's cheap, that you get her out early and she can deal a sneaky amount of damage. Let me know, guys. Let me know if you think I'm crazy on Calypso or not, because I've always liked her. I still use her in the Tide Guild Boss Gear Raid 3. Number 8 on the list is going to be Razak. Razak is an interesting one. I mean, first of all, he looks
I don't like what the f is going on here.
Interesting. What can I say about the dude? His talent is each basic attack launches a 30% chance of generating 2 soul-eating fish. My man is a fish. He's also a companion or bond champion to Captain Reeve as well. He's a really cool dude. I know that I had Fastidious, who I absolutely love his YouTube channel, on, and he was kind of down on this dude, and this is probably one of the most popular comments that I got, telling me, no, this guy's really cool. He has AoE damage on his basic attack. On his ultimate, 700% damage to enemies in range. That is a big boy damage dealer, and then all that soul-eating fish as well. Awakened for every kill's soul hunting duration plus 2 seconds, and then he has slow on the soul eating fish if you're lucky enough to get him A3, and then the final one is Ocean's Clutch, has a 25% chance of triggering 2 times. So obviously, like most heroes in this game, he can be, you know, a beast, but he's very good in gold and in gear raid as well. Number 7 on the list, guys, is going to be Idril. You guys know my love for Idril. Maybe I should have ranked her higher, you know? Endgame players still use Idril. She's incredibly good. She can deal some sneaky damage. She's great against air. She's great against air arena as well. And as we always mention, she is a, well, it says it right in the name on the ultimate, right guys? Limitless shots. You can attack anybody and it seems to last forever. It's 15 seconds. You can, you know, book up the duration. It just seems to last forever and she's just sniping everybody on the entire battlefield. Limitless range, limitless shots. I love her. A lot of damage here. I'm a big fan. I think she's S+ for Gear Raid 3. Arena, Air Arena, Void Rift even. She's one of the more capable, I would say, epic heroes in the game in Void Rift as well. So really love her. Really love Idril. Number 6, guys, is going to be, boom, Sarok, the Chaotic Piercer. Sarok, he looks really cool. I mean, the heroes in this game look incredible. His basic talent is each attack launches a 10% chance to trigger Bone Spear, inflicting bleed on the target. So of course, Chaotic, he is a bleeder. If the target's already inflicted with bleed, it ignores 50% of their defense, okay? Now, bleed deals damage equal to 1% of the target's max HP per second and increases their physical damage taken by 10%, does not stack. His basic 100% damage to an enemy, prioritizing airborne units, okay? And then he has, when triggered on his ultimate, reduces 10% of current HP per second. The reason I'm reading this one is because he has a very interesting synergistic kit here. He's reducing 10% of current HP per second. He's reducing his defense, and then he's increasing attack. Additionally, each basic attack lands 2 consecutive strikes, okay? But that feeds into passive number 1. Increases attack speed by 6 for every 1% HP lost. The effect of specialized attack speed is no longer when HP is lower. Okay, so this guy just becomes an absolute monster. When the target's HP is below 40%, increases his hero's damage by 10%. If the target already has bleed, it will inflict immobilize, making them, well, yeah, unable to move, immobilizing them, right? So he's doing a lot. Increased damage in the arena by 15%. He's obviously great in the arena. He's great in Void Rift. He's great in Gear Raid 3. He's a great damage dealer for a guild boss as well. Love this dude. Next up is going to be Maul. Maul is my top-ranked epic marksman in the game. He is just insane for Gear Raid 1, Gear Raid 3, right? Progression anywhere in campaign. High concentrated AoE damage at long range. The reason he's ranked so high, even over like Idril, who I love, obviously, is that he can be used in all 3 gear raids, right? The big damage, the big range, the incredible versatility. I think he is the best epic marksman in the game in Maul. Really exceptional hero. Number 4 is gonna be Setram. Setram has insane range as well, like both width and length in this range. It's big time. He's a big boy. His cost is 20. You know me. I don't like these high cost heroes, although I guess it's not the highest out there, but it's pretty high. He has his love it or hate it, Fortress Stance. Switches to Fortress Stance, increases attack range for 15 seconds. He does have an overload though, which overconsumes energy and decreases damage by 50%. So you're getting the range as a plus, high cost as a minus, a lot of damage as a plus, but then overload as a minus as well. Very good in the Tide, specifically good in a lot of areas. Guild boss as well, because of that exceptional range that he brings to the table. Number 3 is Hex. Oh boy. I said this so many times now, guys. But Hex to me, first of all, he's a magic damage dealer who's a marksman, okay? That's very special, right, in its own right. There's a little RNG involved because you don't know which card of fate he's gonna draw, right? He's got Temperance, Death, and Strength. So it's hard to say he's gonna be always have the same consistency, which can affect auto runs after the fact. That being said, I mean, he's one of the best single target nukers in the game, especially magic dealing single target nukers in the game, if not the best. His damage just blew me away. He also has stun capability. Damage target under control effects such as freeze, stun, blah, 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 is increased by 45%. So he's got some control in his kit as well. Of course, you can add the Fool. Deals 500% damage 3 times on A1. On A5, each draw returns 1 card of fate. A few of you guys out there in the comments do have an A5 Hex. I'm very jealous. He's a monster, a beast, and I am so thankful that I pulled that dude. Hsilus, talk about champion I haven't pulled, I have not summoned. He's number 2. He's my most wanted marksman. If it wasn't obvious, he's number 2. His cost is low, love it, 12. This guy is just insane. He has this soul sniping ability, right? It's 140% damage that ignores 50% of the target's defense. He has 20% extra damage to airborne units as well. He is S+ in Void Rift, Gear Raid 3, Guild Boss, Gear Raid 2, Tide, Arena Air, right? He's the highest single target piercing damage dealer in the game. Highest single target piercing damage dealer in the game. Damage increased by 60%. Each attack becomes soul sniping on his ultimate. If a unit within attack range dies, increases damage by 30% for 10 seconds. I mean, great synergy in this kit. After attacking the same target for 5 seconds, inflicts Eye of the Curse for 8 seconds. Eye of the Curse will be triggered 1 time every 20 seconds and will deal 50% extra damage from soul sniping. He is a boss killer. Oof, you can make a case he's number 1 for sure, but number 1, of course, is Hatsu. Oh! You know, she's my favorite. She's my favorite champion on my entire account. A cost of 12. She is just this monster burst damage dealer. AoE. Single target against bosses, against mobs, against waves, everywhere. SS in almost every category. She outdamages, even in Gear Raid 1, she's outdamaging some of my best mages on my account. Her Ghastly Burst is just, it just annihilates everybody on the battlefield in her range. She's got the bounce ability as well as each enemy hit, also suffers from defense reduction for 10 seconds. She has invisibility. I mean, what doesn't she bring to the table? She is considered to be one of, if not the best heroes inside the entire game. She was my best pull ever on the account, and she has been nothing short of a game changer for yours truly. I hope all of you, if you don't have her, all of you get the chance to pull this amazing hero at some point on your account. She will change the game for you. So yeah, I love Hatsu. She's Nightmare too, which is great because we have Wrath and it's a very powerful faction. So it just keeps going and going in terms of all the reasons that she is incredible. That is my top 10, guys. I think that probably my biggest, there's been a few snubs here. Theowen is an honorable mention. Good control in AoE. He kind of throws his sabers around and deals some nice damage. And also, I have her, but Nyx, I'm sure some of you guys will probably have an issue with me not including her. A lot of it is just the cost. Her damage is good, not insane. Her range is great, but her cost is very high. And for Marksman especially, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me. Maybe you guys disagree. I did want to give her a shout out, but I feel like that range is great and important. But cost, I like to usually put them out a bit early. I love the 12 cost marksman specifically. And, you know, you could definitely make the case she could get up there at, you know, instead of Brienne or Calypso at number 10 or number 9 or heck, even higher. If you think I'm wrong there, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Or if you had anybody else on your list, I would love to hear about it. I should probably give a shout out to Cuke, right? Big shout out to Cuke. You know what? Arguably, Cute could be there right with Brienne, tied number 10, because he's got the poison, and he's just instrumental in the early game to so many players, and heck, the mid game to so many players. So shout out to Cuke as well. You know, we'll call him a tie. We'll say he's a tie at number 10. What do you guys think? Guys, much love. Thank you for watching all the way till the end of the video. And as always, take care, guys.